Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Don't look too closely at my eyelashes because they're kind of janky. I don't know, it's like the 50s for these guys, so they're on their last legs, but this is the look I did today. Hope you like it. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I did this look here. It's a really simple, like, smoky eye with a little pop of yellow on the inner corners, if you can see that. You can substitute the yellow for any shade that you're interested in. I went with yellow today because obviously I'm on a yellow kick right now. Yellow is my favorite color, and I just popped a bright matte yellow into my inner corners, but you could go for something really fun, like a really bright purple, a light pink, something really cute. But yeah, this is the look that I did today. If you'd like to see how I did it, then please keep on watching. Okay, party people, let's get into it. As per usual, I have all the makeup right here next to me, except for one palette that I've already forgotten to bring. And I'm gonna get right into it. I'm gonna be using the Maybelline Fit Me foundation in the shade 110, and mine has like almost run out now, so I'm going to be using this Essence glitter and pigment applicator. It's like this kind of like silicone tip like loose product kind of applicator for like eyeshadow, and I'm going to be using it to scrape out product from the bottom of the tube and just slap it on my face randomly. This has no pump, so it becomes really difficult to get the product out from the bottom of the tube when it stops being able to like shake out. This is probably the second last or the last time that I'll be able to use this product. I just stuck some in my mouth. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of feeling like the last time I'll be able to use this product. I like getting product out of bottles using this applicator. It's good for eyeshadow, obviously, too, like the intended purpose. But the little, like, silicone spatula makes it easy to, like, kind of scoop out any remaining product. It doesn't do the perfect job. It kind of becomes really difficult to get remaining product out of bottles like this, but I like using this little spatula for it. Kind of does as good of a job as I can get. I used to use little eyeshadow brushes and stick eyeshadow brushes into jars like this to get out extra product, but the thing is, if you use an eyeshadow brush, it's not like a silicone brush like this, so it actually does absorb product, and then you end up with a little eyeshadow brush just like full of bits of foundation, and so I feel like this is a lot easier to clean afterwards, and I feel like I can get the product off this little silicone thing a lot easier after. I think that's it. I think that's all the product I'm going to be able to get out. I'll buff this around and then I'll wipe this on my face again. I'm just using my normal Real Techniques buffing brush that I love to use. This was a good foundation. It wasn't my favorite. I probably won't repurchase it just because this is like my second bottle of this foundation. And like there's other things I'd like to try instead, but just like wiping this on my face. But yeah, it wasn't bad or anything. Like, it's a good foundation. I would recommend it, especially good for the drugstore price, but you know, I've had it for a while and there are other things at the drugstore that I want to try out. So I probably won't be picking this up again anytime soon, but I do recommend it. It is good and stuff. I'm just going to be using my little Urban Decay Beach bronzer as a mirror today because I forgot to bring a proper mirror over with me, as I always do. This is a really good, like, large sized mirror though, so it is good for the purpose that I need it for. I also have a pimple there. It's very rude. I just hate getting pimples like around the center of my face, particularly around my nose and mouth. I just feel like it's so obvious. It's right in the center of my face, and I feel like if you have a pimple at the side of your face, it's not as distracting as one in the middle. So a little annoyed at that guy for popping up, but whatever. Hopefully he won't hang out for a long time. He's here for a fun time, not for a long time, you know? There's like gunk next to my eye. Okay, it's gone. So yeah, that's the dewy version of the formula. I haven't actually tried the matte version. The one that I had previously was like the old version. I had the matte version, but then I gave it to my mom, so I never got to try it out myself. But I'm imagining it's similar, just a little bit more matte. It does match my skin tone pretty well. I look a little pale right now. Maybe my tan from the summer is fading. Maybe I should get back into fake tanning. I don't know. Next I'm going to be doing some concealer, and this is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. Like a razor kind of concealer. Don't really love the sponge tip applicator just because I feel like it, like, I don't know, it's not as cleanable as like other concealer applicators, because it's like you're using the same sponge on your face the whole duration that you have this concealer. Also, I feel like I used up that product really quickly. Like that first initial like quarter of the product that I used up was like in a week or something crazy. Like I feel like this, I really flew through. Do really like it though. It's a really nice concealer. I held off on buying that concealer for ages because people have been raving about it for so long before I finally got into it. Anyway, next I'm using another Maybelline product. I swear this is like the last Maybelline product. I'm really showing a lot of Maybelline products today, but this is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in the shade 10 Fair Light. Just looks like this. This is actually my first time trying this powder. I had been going through that Rimmel Stay Matte, like clear complexion kind of powder previously, which I really liked, but As you saw, that powder was on its last legs and I finally panned it. It's all gone now, so rest in peace that wonderful powder that I had lots of fun with, but now it's been replaced with this Maybelline one instead. This is actually my first time using it right now. It feels really smooth, feels really soft. I'm using a duo fiber face brush from Real Technique just to buff this over all of that, you know, dewy foundation that we applied earlier. It's not like the dewiest foundation, it's just like a little bit glowy. It's not too much, and I feel like this setting powder will take it to like a satin kind of finish, which is what I'm looking for. That was actually a really nice powder. Let's see in the mirror if I need to like blend that out any better. No, that was perfect. Oh my goodness. Really like that powder. That is so nice. It seamless. I set my whole face because it means that when I go into my cheek products, I feel like they apply more smoothly to the skin. I'm just going to be using this bronzer now to bronze up the face. This is the Urban Decay Beach Bronzer in the shade Bronze. I'm using the Hoola bronzer brush from Benefit Cosmetics just to give some warmth to the cheeks here. I'm also going to be taking this under the jaw here, down the neck, just to bronze up the neck, keep myself warm looking, give a little bit more definition. Love this bronzer brush so much. It's just like a big, loose, tapered, fluffy brush. Really good for just like giving definition, but also not too much definition. Like you can give kind of shape, but it's still a nice loose brush, so you're not like being too precise with the product. Really nice for a good diffused bronze look. I'm just bringing it up through the forehead for like the look of like a sun-kissed bronze. You know, if the sun bronzed you naturally, you'd get bronzed forehead, a little bit of bronze on your cheeks like that. Maybe across the front of the nose, just a little something bronzy for the face. Okay, that's all the bronzer I'm going to do. So much pan grows every time on this product. Totally going to miss it. It's a very smooth, matte, silky kind of bronzer. Love it. Next I'm going in with blush, which has powder all over it, but this is a MAC matte blush in the shade Desert Rose. I've been using this a fair bit on my channel recently. Really been enjoying the MAC blushes that I picked up at Boxing Day, and I'm just going to be using this big, like fluffy, kind of multitasking brush from Real Techniques and packing this all over the cheeks. I am very generous with blush. Love looking glowy. The MAC blushes are very pigmented, so I prefer using a larger, fluffier brush with them just because I feel like it gives a more diffused look, and I don't feel like I put down too much product in one particular area and then struggle to like blend it out because the brush is already large. I feel like I'm putting down a large, like fluffy, diffused amount. I also take it across the forehead and in front of the nose. I just always do that. I take my blush kind of higher on the cheeks just because I feel like it lifts the cheeks more. But yeah, oops. I almost dropped it, but I didn't. But yeah, that is the MAC Desert Rose blush. Been loving that so much recently. Next I'm going in with highlight, and I'm going to be using Whisper of Guilt, also from MAC. I'm going to be using it on this little brush that I got 2 years ago from Mecca Cosmetica. It was like their birthday free gift. You got one of those highlighter brushes. I think you could also get like different kinds of brushes, but I happen to get a highlighter brush. These Mecca brushes are absolutely gorgeous. They remind me a lot of the Real Techniques Bold Metals range. I'll show you a little comparison. They kind of have a more tubular, like less angled, what's it called, handle, whereas the Real Techniques ones are like angled a little bit more like jewel chisel kind of thing. They're both like weighted, but this actual Real Technique one obviously is a little bit more weighted, feels a little bit more sturdy, but this is very high quality too. It's a very, very soft bristle, which is really nice, and just feels like a really nice high quality brush. Really nice gift for a birthday gift, so I absolutely love this. I'm just putting on loads of this golden undertone, like goldeny highlight all over my cheek and also on my forehead. Love to see my highlighter in the viewfinder. So I'm just like really going in. I'm literally not even looking in the mirror to do this because I just want loads. And then next I'm going to go and grab that palette that I forgot to bring over with me because I was silly, and I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, I'm going to be using the Dose of Colours Friendcation palette. This was done by Desi and Katie in collaboration with Dose of Colours ages ago now, but this is what the palette looks like on the inside. Absolutely stunning shades. Love this palette so much, and I like that you can also hold it in your hand like this as well as just like propping it up like this, or like propping it up on a table like this. I just feel like this palette is like just so many benefits. Anyway, I'm just going to grab this kind of warm toned shade. It's called Churro, and I'm going to be taking that on this fluffy large kind of flat brush from Real Techniques. This is the one from the Bold Metals range in the style 200, and I'm just going to be taking that through the outer portion of the crease. I love the Real Techniques brushes so much, particularly the Bold Metals range does feel just that little bit more extra luxurious. And I'm just only going to be taking this one shadow from this palette. It's a really nice kind of darker but still warm tone shade. You can definitely blend it out to be a little bit more like diffused, and that's what I'm going to be doing today. But you can also use it with a load of other shadows as like the darkest color of the look. But yeah, today it's the only kind of brown that I'm going to be using. It's just such a great like tone. This shade is stunning. Maybe I should buy a double up of this palette. Usually when I buy a palette, I just buy the one singular palette and like enjoy it. But sometimes only with these like Dose of Colors Desi Haiti collection ones, I've been considering buying a like replacement like backup palette. I rarely buy backup palettes. I buy backup liners, I buy backup mascaras, but I never buy backup palettes. And I've been considering buying a backup Francation palette just because this palette is so amazing. I'm just diffusing the edges of that brown shade that I put down with the Real Techniques 203 brush, which is a little bit more of like a looser blending brush, just making sure that the edges are really seamless. But yeah, I just love this palette so much that I don't want to ever be without. I already have a backup of my original The Girls palette that they did in collaboration with Dose of Colors. And I'm even considering buying a third backup. Like I have the one that I'm using right now, which has so, like the pans have dents in them. I haven't hit pan in any of those shades because I'm really like stingy with that palette because I just love it so much. I don't want to like ever run out. But I only have one backup and it scares me because it's actually my favorite palette of all time. I love this palette so much. This is like probably maybe close second even. I just love this palette so much. I never want to be without it. So should I buy a backup? I don't know. So that's the shadow that I'm going to do, just like that. So simple. It's just like a really warm wash through the crease. And then I'm going to take my Take Me to Brazil palette, as you probably saw in me in the intro. I had a pop of yellow on my inner corner, and so I'm going to be taking this top light pastel yellow shade here on this Real Techniques 201 brush, and I'm going to be packing that on into my inner corners so I have a really bright pop in there, and that's going to bring some light to the center. This is going to be a fun pop of color. You could do this with any color, but obviously today I went with the yellow, but you could do this with any other color that you're into. You could do this with a shimmery shade. This sounds like a matte yellow, but you could do this with like a shimmery light blue would be really fun. I've done that before. A real pop of gold would be fun, but I'm just going in with the pop of yellow today. I like going in with lighter colors in the inner corner rather than a pop of a darker color, just because the lighter color kind of brightens the look, whereas a darker color might like close the look a bit too much for me. I'm sure you could pull it off. I just like feel like it's easier to work with a lighter color. So if you're like just trying this for the first time, maybe go with a lighter color to like have fun with before branching out into like a darker color, which might be more intimidating or more difficult to pull off. But yeah, there's a little bit of fallout because I go crazy. So I just need to like get that little brush that I used to blend with and just scrape off the fallout that I've spread everywhere. But as you can see, I have a real bright inner corner now. You can really see that pop of yellow shining through. I tried to wear a yellow shirt today to match the pop of color that I was going to be doing. And yeah, that's it. It's literally that easy. Now I'm going to grab my highlight again, and I'm going to highlight some details on my face and also add some highlight to my mobile lid, just to like, I don't know, bring some more spice to the look. I'm going to actually dampen my brush using the NYX matte finish setting spray. I'm using a shading brush from Real Techniques. Love this brush so much for highlight especially. It's just a really good little brush where it's like a little bit fluffy but not too fluffy and large, and it's not too like dense or anything, so it's still easy to blend stuff out. And I'm just popping this, as you can see, on my mobile lid, but not taking that over my inner corner highlight. I'm just like patting it around on the center, so that way the inner corner highlight is still able to shine through, but I'm still able to give that dimension to my lid that I like so much. I just love having my mobile lid highlighted. I'm also going to be taking that on my brow bone just so that obviously gives more dimension to the eye socket. I'm also going to take that brush down the center of the nose. I didn't highlight or like contour my nose today, so I'm just going to give it a little bit of highlight. Should I contour it? Maybe I will in a bit. I'll also take some of this and put it on my Cupid's bow like this. That looks cute. I think that's all the places I'm going to do. I'm going to do a little bit of contour on my nose, not like crazy. Let's just take this little like loose shadow brush that I used earlier. Usually I have like a cooler toned bronzer for my nose, just like a bit more of a contour shade. So I'm going to actually take this eyeshadow shade called, I don't remember all the names, it's been a while, called Necessary, and this is definitely a necessary shade. It's kind of like a cooler toned eyeshadow. It's going to be really pigmented, so I'm just tapping a load off. I'm going to shorten the nose with this, drag it down the two sides, and then also cut across the top of the nose like that. Hopefully that gives a little bit of dimension without being too dark. It's not too much of a warm toned bronzer. If I went in with the bronzer that I used on my face, it's not the best shade for nose contouring. I do it sometimes, but it's not preferable. I feel like this shade Necessary is a little bit more, it's a little bit more neutral to cool compared to the bronzer that I use. Anyway, love this palette so much. I'm now going to run away and do my lashes, my liner, my brows, and I'll be right back. Okay, sorry if my camera angle has changed. I just ran away, did my brows, liner, and lashes, and now I'm back. The brows are the Colourpop Precision Brow Pencil in the shade Black and Brown. My liner is the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Eyeliner, and my lashes are those random lashes that I bought in an Asian, like, Taiwanese drugstore. I don't know what they're called. My lash glue is the Duo Clear Lash Glue, so if you can see any white blobs on my eyeliner, it's still currently drying a little bit. It's mostly dry now, but it goes on white and then it dries clear. I'm going to be popping on some lip gloss today. This is the Fenty Beauty Taffy Tease lip gloss. I got this in the 2020 like Christmas holiday kind of collection. They came out with 4 mini lip glosses. It's just like a bright kind of sheer corally shade. Really pretty. Love the Fenty gloss formula. Just really subtle, natural, a little bit pinky. And I'm going to be using some setting spray. I keep forgetting to show you guys me putting on setting spray in my like tutorial get ready with me videos, but this is the NYX matte finish setting spray that I've been using a load recently. I love spraying loads of setting spray, and also usually I use my fan, which I forgot to bring over with me. I have like a little handheld fan and I go and like dry it off. But yeah, this is the completed makeup look that I'm going to be doing today. It's really easy, just a little pop of yellow, but you could use any color. If you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Comment anything you would like to see from me in future down below. Subscribe if you would like to see more from me. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you in a future video soon. Bye!
And yeah, this is the completed look. I hope you liked it. I hope you and all your loved ones are doing well. Send you guys love. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!